All right. So, where to begin? I'm not sure. A long time ago, back in November 5th of 2016, I uploaded a video called 1969 Corvair Monza Restoration Part 1. And that was to a YouTube channel called Piston Garage. I accidentally made a typo when I was creating the channel, and it was supposed to be Pissed Off Piston Garage. And I was going to start regularly uploading videos to that channel. However, I accidentally lost the login information, and for a very long time I tried everything to find the login information, get logged back in, but I was never able to find it, and that made me very sad and it discouraged me. So I'm going to link that video in the description of this video down below, and on that video, my current account, my current channel, which is called Pissed Off Piston Garage, I commented on that video saying, "Hey guys, this is my new channel." So that was, like I said, November 5th, 2016, and I was 17 when that video came out. And I was a senior in high school, and it is now February something of another 2020, and I am 21 years old, and the car really hasn't progressed much over the course of the past 4 years. And yeah, I was supposed to have that car done by my sophomore prom, and then prom came along and the car wasn't done, and then senior prom came along and the car still wasn't done, and then I graduated high school, and then I went to college for 2 years, and the car's still not done. So without further ado, let's get into the video. Alright, so like I said in the opening, if you haven't seen this video, I am going to link the original video from the original channel down below. I highly recommend it. You can see what the car looked like, and actually a lot has changed. So we're going to start with the front, and if you look at the original video, the original front end was so badly beat up that we concluded we thought it was in an accident. And it looked like a little kid took a screwdriver and just like pounded the front end. And then the front style line here was like crooked. And then they also drilled a bunch of holes everywhere to pull dents. So I'll post up some pictures if I can find them of when I cut off the front end. And actually, the front end still exists. There it is. You can see how rippled everything is. You can see that straight line there, or the style line isn't even straight. So I was going to throw that away, but then I had a better idea. I painted it white, hand painted the Yanko Stinger emblem right there. And then the front emblem here, that is all beat up, I took off my parts car. That is a 69 coupe, just a regular coupe. Yes, I have a 69 parts car. And then I have lots of extra Corvair parts, the emblem, the headlight bezels. And so that's just a wall hanger, and I'm actually really happy with it. But that's not what this video is about. It's about this car. So, later on, back in 2016, I turned 18. And on my 18th birthday, my parents got me this. This is another front end, obviously. Here, let me pull it out for you guys. Another front end that we found on eBay, and somebody took a saw or something and cut down there. So the bottom half, the lower valance panel, didn't exist. And so we didn't know what we were going to do about the bottom half, but we were like, hey, we have this. We have a nice straight line. It's a little rusty, but that's nothing we can't deal with. And so we ended up mounting it on the car, and I have pictures of that as well. You can see where I had spot welded it on. The back side, don't know where the house paint came from, but that was that. And then later on, we found this. Let me lay that back down. We found a lower valance panel, and this is made out of fiberglass. So, found that on eBay. Had a little chip right there, but we thought, hey, we can make this work. We weren't quite sure how we were going to bond the fiberglass to the metal, but you know, it was better than having a car with the front end not attached. So that's what we were going to run with, and we avoided working on the front end of the car for the longest time because we just didn't want to deal with that. So for the longest time, I would always scour Facebook Marketplace, Facebook Corvair sites, eBay, Clark's Corvairs, looking for if anyone had a complete front end. And actually, a long time ago, right after we had just bought these, somebody posted a complete front end on eBay for like $500 or something like that. And we were like, oh, we don't need that. We just bought that, and we should have bought it. So this past New Year's, it was, I think, 2 days after New Year's, a gentleman on Facebook, Corvair page, I think Corvair's owner group, posted that he had 2 of these front ends in their original packaging from 1965 and 1966. So apparently the 65 front ends are different from the 66 through 69 front ends. So I contacted him right away. I was like, I'll take it. Like, please, I need this really bad. And he was a really cool guy. He was like, hey, it's yours. Come down, pick it up. So my dad and I drove down to pick it up, and it was like a huge piece to the puzzle. And so then over the course of the next 4 days after we got it, we started working on it. We drilled out the spot welds, took an air hammer tool to separate the metal, and I don't know, it's on, as you can see. And it was just a really awesome moment because the front end had been bothering me for the past 4 years, and to have it on and have it all spot welded and it's not going anywhere is just an awesome moment. So we have it spot welded there. The trunk isn't done. This is a whole nother story. We got it spot welded along there, and here, just how they'd had it back in the day. Spot welds. And then even underneath the car here, you can see the spot welds where they came through. And this is solid. There was not any rust on it. So it was awesome knowing that it's on here finally. So moving along the side, I said in the original video that back in, 2016, December time, or no, I'm sorry, that was, when would that have been? 2015, I was a sophomore in high school. Yeah, I think, something like that. And I started right here with that fender. Took some aircraft paint stripper. It used to be painted primer gray, and that's how I drove it to school. I daily drove this to work, to school, to hang out with friends. It was everywhere. I remember December 23rd, right before Christmas, we had finals, and I was daily driving it because there wasn't any snow on the ground. And I was like, it's my car, why not drive it? So started there, and I just worked my way down the car, went around it, and stripped all of it, did 40 grit. So this style line right here on up is virtually all done. We primed the, it's dirty. It is dirty. I work 2 jobs. I work anywhere from 40 to 60 hours a week. And so I don't get to work on it as much as I want to. But I'm hoping with launching this YouTube channel again, I'm hoping that I will find more time and be able to finish it and document everything on YouTube. That's what I want to do. So this is all primed here. Got the dash. Had to re-prime that. Some rust showed up. So that, got the hinges. These aren't torqued down or anything. We're going to take them off and repaint them. We just didn't want them laying around, so we reattached them. That, we had a little dent problem here, so we had to remove the paint there. Got the gas cap area all done. Moving down here, this is like basically all ready to go. I mean, I have a little rust there, nothing I can't take care of. And in the original video, I had some problems here with pinholes, so we cut that out and made our own patch panel, and it blew out because it was so rusty. So Clark's Corvairs, we ordered this piece. It goes right there, kind of, as you get the point. And it went all the way down there. So we just cut it along that line there, so we didn't have to do a whole lot of welding. We welded in the new piece, and if you come over here, you can see the weld there, and where I puttied it to kind of make it a more flowing transition. And then we took off the doors. In the original video, we had them on because we were going to paint the car, but some rust showed up through here, and that was just something that I didn't want to have to fix years down the road. So I made the executive decision to take off the doors, take off the hinges, and really do it the proper way. And so this is all primed. This is ready to go. So it is really dirty. I do apologize, but that's good to go. Got the other door jamb here. The rockers. This rocker is actually in pretty good condition. Needs to be sanded. We do have a little bit of a problem right there with the dent, so we got to pull that out. And then moving on to the quarter here. Let me adjust my studio lighting. There we go. In the original video, there wasn't this much putty on it. Believe me, trust me, I'm not going to let this become a lead sled, as they call it. There's just a lot of really small little dents or scratches that we can't take out. So we put on a really thick layer of putty, actually a few layers, and majority of this, if not most of it, all of it, is going to get sanded off. You can see the style line, and it is dirty. Again, it's dirty. The style line on up is mostly sanded. We are going to hit it up again with another sander because we got some pinholes, and just like there's too much putty on this. Below the body line, we haven't really touched a whole lot with the sander or anything like that. So the quarter and quarter on the other side are the biggest thing that we need to do now. Moving on to the back side of the car, again, if you reference the first video, the trunk here wasn't even, it was still in bare metal, still had putty on it. And it's just dirty, but it is perfect. There's nothing wrong with this. Again, we had the back end here done. And the car does have a little bit of an oil leak, but just a little bit. But that's how you can tell that your car still has oil in it, if it's leaking. So, got the, we're gonna put in some seam filler there. There we have the back piece here, but the piece that goes there, that's another story that I'll show you in a little bit. So there's the rear end of the car. Guess I could show you the engine quick. Everything's just really dusty. We need to vacuum it, blow it out. But it still runs, still drives. As a matter of fact, one of these previous summers, I did take it for a spin when it didn't have the trunk lid on. It did have doors, but it was in this condition. I took it up to my local gas station to fill it up, put some gas in it, stretch out its legs, and I had a lot of people slowing down when they would pass by. So that was a lot of fun. Before I move on to this side of the car is that lower piece that goes right there. I have two of them, and this is actually the one that came out off the car. It's just really dented, really beat up, really rusty. Again, dirty, like that line there, that's not even straight. So that, but I do have this one that isn't dented, however, it is pretty badly pitted. There's no rust on it, but you come up here, you can definitely see the light through it. So I am going to be on the market looking for another one of these. But if worse comes to worse and I have to use one, I am going to use this one. And I'll just take care of that pitting by putting a little bit of putty in it. Moving on to this quarter here. Again, it looks like a lot of putty, and that's because it is, but the majority of it is going to get sanded off. In the original video, you saw down here that this piece was so badly beat up. So we ended up ordering another part, a replacement patch panel from Clark's Corvairs. And we welded that in. I don't know if you'll be able to see down in there. Oh yeah, you can. You can see the weld line there. And that needs to be taken care of. We're not at that point yet. But so this is actually, this quarter's nearing done. We just, sanding putty. One thing that I need to get over that I absolutely hate is sanding putty. I hate it. I hate it. So, moving down here, I talked about that the quarter here had a nasty dent that ran the length of it, and it still kind of does. However, you can see right there where we welded on a bunch of washers, and then we took a slide hammer and we beat out this dent. We actually did, I'd say, a pretty good job. Still needs a little bit of work. We have a little dent under the car right there. But I'm actually pretty happy with that. It needs work, but so does the rest of the car. Coming up here, you see we again took off the doors. Did the door jambs here. I'm really happy with how well all of that turned out. And coming to this fender, again, it looks like there's a lot of putty, and that's because there is, but we are going to be sanding off the majority of it. Like this putty, that doesn't need to be there, but it's going to get sanded off. In the original video, you could see all of this was very rotted, so we cut out here and there and made our own piece. This is a high spot here and here, so that needs to be taken care of. But we have done a lot of our own fabricating, and most of that has been my dad. He is phenomenal at that. So, moving here, you can see some primer in there. That's where we had to make another piece. We had to cut all that out because it was just so badly gone. And then here, and that brings us back to the front end. I'm actually very happy with that fitment there. I think that looks great. Obviously, we need to grind down some spot welds a little bit, but that's okay. Quick thing to note is my trunk floor here is just really badly pitted. You can see the pits there. And then I had to do some patching there and here and here and here. But it's just so badly rusted that I think I just want to cut out that and buy a new replacement part on Clark's Corvairs. So if I do that, I'll make a video about it. So that's basically been that. The hood is terminal, unfortunately. Get that over here, out of harm's way. It's just, the metal has been so badly worked that it would be easier to buy a new hood, and I think that's what I'm going to do. But I'm going to do that last because you know, that's kind of a big chunk of money. So, but a new hood will eventually be on the way. Here we have these that I believe, oh no, I have it the other way. That goes, well, you see how it goes. It clicks in there and everything. So those I gotta get cleaned, need to get them primed, and then I'm going to weld those on. So, oh, one more thing, the doors are actually done. They are primed, sanded, not fully primed, but they're ready to be primed and painted basically. Got a little rust there at the bottom, but nothing I can't take care of with some sandpaper. So we have that back there out of harm's way. So, yeah, a lot has happened in the past 4 years, but not as much as I'd like to have happened. That is why I'm partly launching this YouTube channel. This is something that I've wanted to do for a long time, and produce content, produce videos. I really like being creative in that aspect of making my own videos, and I really like working on cars. And so, why not combine the two? I have a lot of stuff planned. Obviously, the Corvair restoration. That won't be the only thing about this channel. It won't be just Corvair related. I have a 1989 Chevy Blazer. I'd like to do a fun off-road build. I think that would be fun. I'd like to get my dad in on the channel too. This is something that he's very passionate about too, working on cars. I think that'd be a great time. Two of us, my dad and I, are very close, and we both enjoy working on cars. He's helped me a lot through this, and I probably wouldn't even be anywhere near this if it wasn't for him, let alone probably as interested in cars as I am. But that will be in future content, and don't worry, I'm not going to lose the login information for this channel. I have it saved, and I have a lot of ideas planned for this. So I hope you guys all enjoyed this little update 4 years later. Please, you know, as all YouTubers say, like, subscribe, comment. Tell me what you liked about the video, what you didn't like about the video. I'd love to hear your feedback. Again, this is my first video on this channel, but I hope you guys will tune in for the next video. And that will probably be replacing the gas tank on a 1989 Chevy Blazer. But after that, we'll get back to the Corvair, I promise. Have a great day, everyone.